In this short video, we will have a look at the recording of the transaction in the petty cash journal. The petty cash journal is used to record small expenses that was paid in cash. Usually, a cashier at a business will keep a small amount of cash in a safe place from where small expenses like buying flowers or coffee, tea and milk could be done. These expenses are then recorded in the petty cash journal, since it's not directly paid from the bank account, but the cash kept on hand specifically for expenses like these. Let's look at an example. Duma Stores is situated in the Limpopo province. The business is a registered VAT vendor and applies the principles of the perpetual inventory system. The VAT rate is 15%. The following transactions must be recorded in the subsidiary journals of Duma Stores. Transaction 1. On 5 March 2024, Mrs. Duma withdrew R1,000 from Duma Stores' bank account as the impress amount to start the petty cash float of Duma Stores. The money was kept by Mrs. Duma, who acted as petty cashier. For petty cash, both receipts and payments are recorded in the same journal. You will therefore note that on the left-hand side, we will record receipts, and on the right-hand side, we will record the payments. The transaction took place on the 5th. Therefore, we will record the day of the first receipt as the 5th. The money was withdrew from the bank account, therefore our folio number will be the cash payments journal and the amount will be R1,000. For transaction 2, the business made out petty cash voucher number 1. The date for this transaction was 16 March and we can see that wages of R300 was paid. Under the payment section of the petty cash journal, we will record the day as the 16th. In the detail columns, the description would be cash, since we do not know who the wages was paid to. The number of the document is 1. The total that we paid was R300 and it was for wages that we paid it. Therefore, in the wages column, we will see R300. Transaction 3. On 20 March 2024, petty cash voucher number 2 was made out. We purchased stationery to use in the shop and paid R220. The stationery was purchased from Pen and Pencil Stationers. We can also see that we have Pen and Pencil's cash slip that they made out to us when we purchased the stationery. On this cash slip, we can see that the total purchase was R220. We paid in cash R220 and included in the R220 is 15% VAT of R28.70. On the payment section of the petty cash journal, we will write the day as the 20th. Under details, we will write Pen and Pencil because we purchased the stationery from Pen and Pencil. The document number is 2, which is the petty cash voucher number. The total amount we paid was R220. The VAT input indicated on the cash slip was R28.70. Now, since we do not have a stationery column, we will write the stationery under sundry accounts. So in the details, you will see stationery, which is the account affected by this transaction, and we will have an amount exclusive of VAT written into it for the expense, which is R191.30. This was calculated by saying R220 minus R28.70. Transaction 4. On 31 March 2024, Mrs. Duma completed the withdrawal slip and withdrew the cash needed from Duma Store's bank account to restore the petty cash impress amount to R1,000. What this means is that Mrs. Duma calculated the amount of money that was paid out of the petty cash And now she is restoring what was paid out in order to have 1,000 Rand in the petty cash at the start of the next month. On the receipt side of the petty cash journal, we will write the day as the 31st. We will indicate in the folio column that the money came from the cash payments journal because it was withdrew from the bank account. Therefore, CPJ. In the cash payments journal, you will see an entry for 520 Rand where the money was recorded as being withdrew from the bank account. The amount will be written in as 520 Rand. The 520 Rand was calculated by adding the total column under the payment section. Therefore, 300 Rand plus 220 Rand is equal to the 520 Rand. We are restoring what we paid out of the petty cash in order to have the cash float at 1,000 Rand at the start of the next month. After watching this short video, you should now be able to compile the petty cash journal for a business. Thank you for watching.